Ladies, how do men test you and how do you
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this beautiful channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about different ways men test women. So I've put the videos together so that you watch and learn, and I'll be back to share my true sense.
ladies, how do men test you and how do you pass these tests? Listen, in order to understand or to win anybody's test, whether it's the opposite genders, you have to understand what's their intention behind it. Like, what are they desiring, right? And then when it comes to men, they're desiring control. So, right when you understand that, you kind of know how to win the test, right? And you understand what kind of test he's gonna put onto you. He's gonna put tests that's gonna utilize his control over you, right? And a lot of tests guys will do is pulling away from you, breaking up with you, ignoring you. All these tests is just to gain control and power over you. And in order to win these games or these tests, is you have to have resilience and not give him the power or not give him that control. It's that simple. I hope that helped.
A very common way that men test women is something that I like to call the interest test. What he'll do if you've been dating for a little bit or even a long time is the way that he'll test you is if he's been doing the majority of initiating texting or calls or meetups or any of that kind of stuff, what he'll do is just wait and just see what you end up doing. And it's an indication of how interested you are in him if you then reach out to him and find out what's going on and start initiating conversation, start picking up the conversation, start picking up things to do, trying to meet up with him and all that kind of stuff. It shows how much interest you have in him. And the more interested you are, the more likely you are to do those kinds of things. Follow me for more tips.
One way guys test women, it is sex. All right, so a man is dating you. I don't know whether it's date 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and he's going to try to have sex with you. And this is a test. And what's crazy about this test is I'm not so sure there's a right answer that I can give you. Well, actually there is, and we're going to get there. So, some men are looking for you to have sex with them. That's what they want. It's not a game. It's just very simply, I want to have sex with you. Let's have sex. And they still intend to pursue a relationship with you. Other men are looking for you to kind of say like, hey, I really would like to have sex with you, but I don't do that just quite yet. Because they're looking for a woman that it's a little more difficult. So they have this perception that, oh, she's not sleeping with other people, and that's important to them. And then other men want you to be playful and maybe get there. Anyway, those are the three options. Not having sex, delaying sex, and having it eventually. Now, how do you actually win at this test if you want to? Well, stop making it about him and then obviously make it about yourself. What the heck do you want to do and what kind of man do you want? If you know this is how you're going to treat sex, you want a man that is going to be happy with how you handle it. So if a man doesn't handle it a way that makes you happy, perhaps this is the wrong man. And if there's not other great things going for him, then maybe it's time to move on. All right? Does that sound fair? Make it about you, what you want. Screw this guy. Just do what you want. If you'd like more help from me, go in my profile. Click the link for a 30-second trick to make a man obsessed. Enjoy. We'll see you next time.
These are 3 ways to test your girlfriend's loyalty to the girl you're dealing with, right? Let's get into it. 1, bring her around one of your friends who got money. Like, he's just him, probably got like an expensive ass car. You know, he's just him, right? Good charisma, dresses nice. And see how she reacts when you're talking to him. Is she all up in his face, smiling, glossy-eyed? He walks away, she's looking. He pulls up in his nice car. Her jaw's like, you know what I'm saying? This is a girl who's easily impressed. This is a girl that a rich dude will swipe up quick from you. She's a gold digger. I mean, every girl wants to do with money, right? I ain't mad at that. But I don't want a girl that's easily that impressed or, just going like that easy. You feel me? Always remember, sometimes body movement and actions is louder than words. 2, when you cheat on her. Now, I'm not encouraging my followers to go cheat, because that shit is morally wrong and ain't shit cool about playing with a female's heart or mental health, right? Because some girls will self-delete. But every good-looking dude I know that has status, money, or looks, they cheat eventually. No matter how bad the girl is, none of that shit. They all cheat, bro. But a good girl, she's going to cry. She might leave, she might stay, but she's going to express her feelings to you. A HOE, a THOT, oh, they going to get their lick back. They going to F the next dude within a month. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part is, she's lowering her value, bro. 304s get no respect. But I tell you one thing, a man that cheats, yeah, he's looked down upon by her friends and shit, but by guys, it's like, oh shit, he get girls. A man's respect comes from how much money he makes and the girls he's capable of getting. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the video, guys. So I'm just here to share my true sense, like what I think about the ways men test women in relationship. If you ever wondered why some men act a certain way early on or throughout the relationship, it might be because they're testing you consistently or unconsciously. These tests can reveal a lot about their intentions, insecurities, and how much they value you. So we're going to break it down. Why do men test women? First, let's understand why men test women in the first place. Testing is not always a bad thing. For some men, it's a way of figuring out whether you are trustworthy, compatible, or genuinely interested in them. For others, it could be rooted in insecurity or need to maintain control. Regardless of the reason, being aware of these tests can help you navigate relationship more confidently and avoid falling into traps that may make you compromise your self-worth. Okay, so another thing, the emotional test. One common way men test women is by gauging how you handle the emotions. They might open up about something personal to see how you react. Are you supportive, judgmental, or dismissive? For example, if a man shares a past failure or vulnerability, he is observing whether you are someone who can provide a safe space for him for his emotions. Passing this test doesn't mean you need to fix him. It's about showing empathy without overstepping boundaries. The patience test. Some men will test your patience to see how much you tolerate. This can range from showing up late, being inconsistent with communication, or even creating minor conflict to see how you respond. This is not always intentional, but how you react sets the tone for the relationship. If you're overlaying, forgiving, or let things slide too often, he might push boundaries further. It's important to stand firm and set clear expectations early on. The independency test. Another test men often use is checking how independent you are. This could mean subtly observing whether you can handle your own finances, manage your time, or pursue your goals without relying on them for everything. For example, they might ask questions like, what do you usually do on weekends? Or what's your 5-year plan? So gauge whether you have your own identity outside the relationship. Men respect women who are self-sufficient and have their own passions. The loyalty test. Loyalty is a big deal for many men, and they might test in a subtitle or not subtitle. This could involve casually mentioning another woman to see if you get jealousy, observing how you interact with other men. They're not necessarily looking for you to be possessive, but they want to see if you're genuinely invested in them. On the flip side, a man who constantly tests your loyalty might be insecure or controlling. It's important to recognize the difference. The respect test. Respect is a cornerstone of any healthy relationship, and men often test women to see if they feel respected. This could involve seeing how you talk to them in front of others, how you react when you disagree, or whether you value their opinions. For instance, during a disagreement, are you quick to criticize or belittle them, or do you approach the conversation with understanding and empathy? Okay, so all those are going to see, and do you respect how you handle these moments can tell them whether the relationship feels balanced or not. The commitment test. Some men might test your level of commitment by observing how much effort you're willing to put into the relationship. Are you there for him when he's having a rough day? Do you prioritize him in your life, or does he feel like a afterthought? At the same time, it's important to recognize when a man is testing you unfairly. For example, is constantly pushing you to prove your commitment without reciprocating, it might be a red flag. The boundaries test. This is the big one. Many men test women to see how far they can push boundaries. This could mean seeing how much you tolerate disrespectful behavior or quickly respond to their demands, or whether you sacrifice your values to please them. Passing this test is not about giving in, it's about standing firm. Men often respect women who can confidently say no and uphold their boundaries. The trust test. Trust is essential in a relationship, and men will often test by sharing sensitive information or putting you in a situation that requires segregation. They want to know if you gossip about them or even keep things private. For instance, if you share something deeply personal, he might be observing whether you bring it up later in an argument or use it against him. Trust is a two-way street, and how you handle these moments can strengthen or break the bond. How to handle these tests. Now that you have covered the different ways men test women, let's talk about how you handle them. You need to stay true to yourself. Don't compromise your values or self-worth to pass any test. A healthy relationship is built on authentically, not performance. Set clear boundaries. Make it clear what you want and want to relate. Men often respect women who know they are worthy and are not afraid to walk away if needed. Communicate openly. If you feel like you're being tested, address it. Sometimes men are not even aware they're doing it. Honest communication can help clear the air and strengthen the relationship. So another thing, so again, the other thing that I want to talk about, you have to be ready to walk away. Okay, so if it becomes so manipulative, you have to walk away. Healthy partnership are built on mutual respect and not trust and not constant test. So my final thought, testing is a natural part of relationship, but it's important to recognize when it's constructive and when it's toxic. The key is to navigate these moments with confidence and authenticity. Remember, you're not here to prove yourself, you're here to build a genuine connection. Okay, what about you? Have you ever been noticed ever noticed a man testing you in a relationship? How did you handle it? Let me know in the comment section below. So a lot of women have been tested by these men. Okay, mostly is the money test, the finances. Okay, they'll test you in your finances. They're going to test you if you see that they're being respected and all that. So you have to be very careful and open your eyes when you are being tested all these. Okay, if you feel like it's too much, it's okay to approach a person and tell them now you're crossing the boundaries. Okay, yeah, it's really important. And the other thing that I want to talk about with you guys is, I'm always talking about healthy relationship. A healthy relationship, how does it look like? In a healthy relationship, there is communication, there is respect, there is love, there is trust, there is everything. Okay, in a healthy relationship. So people misunderstand healthy relationship and toxic relationship, because other people are comfortable with a toxic relationship because they're brought up in families where they were treated bad, so they feel like it's normal to be treated like that. But if you know your value, you know, or what you believe in, you're not going to relate to that. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Bye.